Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is UAC here, yet again with another rule of one of the rules from Warfare.com. On this one, it's quite a simple one, and I'm sure that everyone can follow this one quite easily, but so far everyone has done so, but to this point. But we would like to keep this regardless of who you are. We would like to make sure it's a pleasurable experience every time. Without further ado, there we go. Right, we are looking at the lovely kingdom of Lowen and their castle and their town. This is just an example of what you could expect on the server, but in the meantime we will have a better example of the newer towns that will appear at a later stage. But the first rule I would like to explain over is sleepers. Obviously people who are currently asleep in game, unfortunately, like this poor chap here who is Zeke Swanson. Now unfortunately, Zeke Swanson here obviously had a little bit of too much to drink and obviously ended up being right here. Now, in terms of the sleeper rule, it's a case of this. Any player that obviously comes along and like me that has a gun and go, oh, you know what? Oh, let's just pop one in the head and then just popping out. That's a big no-no. It's a banning offence. Basically, anyone that is caught killing a player that is sleeping will be immediately discharged from the server completely. No questions asked. Okay, it's a big no-no. Now, considering he's outside, he's not in a building, he's or anything like that, this you can do. Now, I can access his inventory, and as you can see, he's got a few bits on him. Now, nothing special. Obviously, he's died before, yep, because he's got his engram. Now, me being me, he's out in the open. No one's watching him. He's not thought about it properly. He could have had a disconnect and it could have been a problem, but I could just take everything from his inventory. Everything. Without question. I could just take that. In fact, yep, just did. It was just server lag. Now, I've just taken everything from him. He's now naked. So I basically looted him while he sleeps, because he's out in the open. If he is inside a building or a hut or something that is actually obviously secure, you could do the same thing. You could like have a character that's sort of a bit sneaky and obviously going like, oh yeah, we're gonna break into somewhere. Yeah, we're gonna break in. We're gonna break the door down, and then we're gonna do it. Now the thing is, you could do that, and then within reason, obviously it could be your RP character, could be a bit of a thief, which fair enough. But when it comes down to actual like raiding somewhere, so i.e. for instance, so let's have a little gander. Let's take this hut here that I built, nothing special, where the pub used to be, why that's all the railings sitting up there. Now it's not a big hut. Now, the idea is you do not in any way try and destroy this whole structure in one hit. And obviously it may be admin lock because it's admin lock. Now, you can see, obviously it's full health. The whole purpose is one place. If you start here and you're doing this and you're like, yeah, right, we just broke in. Brilliant. That means I can get in. You loot whatever. If someone's body's in here, you could loot that body, but you cannot kill them, regardless. It's a case, and it also includes of actually capturing them and taking them away to be like a hostage. As far as anything's concerned, you can only do that when they are awake, i.e. if you tranquilize them, not anything like that. You can tranquilize them and take them away, but you can't take them away from where they are. The only time you can move their body is if they're glitching through the ceiling or something like that. They're going to get stuck and you need to put them back where they were. At least do them the honour of that, so that way they're not starting somewhere completely random. Now I've just broken into here, which even though it's my own place, but hey, doesn't matter. The point is that now I've just done that, it doesn't mean I then go around and go in there doing this, and then go, oh, I started on the door, it was taking too long, and oh, I'll start here, this will probably be easier. Oh, okay, that didn't quite work. Oh, you know what, yeah, let's just do another one. This kind of thing is not tolerated. This is unnecessary damage that is causing more damage than needed. So now I've just done those 2 walls. Big no-no. Okay, it's a big no-no. Make it only an entrance that is as big as a door to get in to loot. Once you have looted, out you go. Gone. Simple as that. No other big destruction like you can see here, where the pub and the fight club used to be. Now, unfortunately, I did this myself, which is a totally different thing. Totally different scenario. But it does not mean going around and bashing up their base to the point of, yeah, let's just ruin their day. When they wake up, means they've got to now fix up the walls. No, big no-no. It's also discharge offence, basically. It'll be a case, no questions asked. Unless you can prove otherwise by video or other means, it's a big no-no. Right. With that explained. Now, obviously, I could come along right now, and then I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna bash him up. Like, how much health has he got? 89. So I could one-shot him with this axe right now, and it will kill him. Right now. But due to a server wipe coming, or imminent, as they say, I could do it and get away with that, because it's going to be a wipe anyway. But it still means I'm doing the one thing you're not allowed to do, is kill a sleeper. So bear that in mind. Next is the town. Now you can see the town that's here. This area, or certain areas within the actual Ark map, will be towns like this. Now the rules are very simple. No pets, no PvP, no killing NPCs, no destroying structures. It's a big no-no. Anyone caught doing so is also the same thing. Instant off the server. No questions. Unless proven otherwise, and it's strictly within a certain RP reason, but still, even then, that is the slimmest chance that you would have a reason to do so. If you're someone who has declared war on another person, it makes sense. Now, say all these buildings had doors on, and I wanted to raid these, I could break the door, and then, hey presto, I'm inside. I could then loot, do what I need to, and then out the door. Gone. Does not mean go around here, start making holes here, up on the roof, just because you're finding it difficult to get into one door. Stick with the one door. You start with it, you finish with it. This area is this is the current area that won't be here no more. It'll be a new area. Anything in here, anything, there is no PvP allowed, none at all. Meaning, oh, I'm not gonna go walk up to a person and start going, yeah, bush. I'm not gonna just keep doing that. The idea is that here, everyone can talk, everyone can do their thing, without question. Now, of course, if your character is with another character and you both punch each other, and that's your like greeting, or you have a way of doing things within your with your partner, that makes perfect sense. But that's sticking between the two of you. That's your thing. Do not bring any other person into it. It's not their thing. It's not going to be their character, and that would be considered as a big no-no. So please bear in mind, do not do that. Unless they are happy enough to, like, i.e. if you've spoken to them out of RP about it and they don't mind, then by all means. But it has to be agreed upon both parties and all parties. The rules are always going to be set just like this in terms of the boards. Everything, it will be listed. We will require players to read these boards. There will be no ifs or buts when it comes down to it. These boards are here to make sure that you understand the full reason of the RP server. Not only that, they are also on morgfair.com. So you have to bear that in mind, that you understand everything. Obviously, we'll go to the castle, because we have another thing, which is the turrets, the Plant X turrets. Now, a few people like using these turrets, and a few people like using it for defense of their home. and their property, which is all well and good. Right, I think these are on. Are they on? Yep, they're on. Right, as you can see, the Plant X is on. I am standing right on the borderline edge of these Plant X right now. If I were to move forward now, these turrets will start firing. Now, we'll see. Let's try it out. Probably lag. Probably lag. Oh my good god, are you serious? You mean to tell me they're on but they're asleep? They can't be... Huh? I don't understand. What the... Okay, I'm going for it. I'm going for the risk. I'm going for a risk. Okay, it seemed to be not doing anything. Okay, fair enough. Right, I'll carry on then if that's the case. Right, it seems like they're not firing at me, so oh well. We'll go with it. So, with these Plant X, as you can see, they are active. They are on. That is their telltale sign that they are on. And it's a simple case of that now. I should be getting shot right about now, but for some reason I'm not. I can't think why, but hey, don't know if it's server lag or what, but I doubt that very much. Anyway, with these turrets, you are allowed to use them as well as the miniguns. There is no ifs or buts about not being able to use them. You can use them. The only thing that these turrets will really be used for is against players and their teams, unless you're in an area where there's a lot of hostile activity like a swamp, and they will then attack accordingly of all animals and anything, basically any individual as well as animal, obviously for protection of your property. The thing is, we will also require that all turrets, no matter what, will be set to low range. So low range at the moment, from what I remember, low range is about, it's about here, give or take, from what I remember. I mean, in fact, let me just quickly check something, and then after that I will okay. Ah, right, that'll be why. Okay, now, right, okay, so I realised why that I was not getting shot, and I just rectified that. So, as we are, Plant X is on. Now they're set to low range, so you will see as soon as I better eat some food just quickly, just so I know I've got some food in my belly when I do this. Now if I move closer, you'll see how close low range actually is. And they should be shooting by now. Why are they not shooting? Have they been put to sleep or something? Are they asleep? They can't be asleep. What the hell's going on here? Why are they not going off? Well, Fred, I don't know what's going on exactly. I don't know why they're not firing. I have no idea. But regardless to say, these turrets are a definite low setting, meaning no medium or high range setting. They are low only. So make it so that it's only for defense of your home, so that if anyone who is flying a bird above, like say over the top of this castle, say, that within a certain distance that the Plant X will fire. If it is on high distance, it will reach most people from a high range, which will be probably all the way down here. At least down here. And that's a distance when you think about it. So you've got to bear in mind how far this is. And you've got to take consideration if this was a walkthrough for people to get to the town, say, you'd have to accommodate so that they can use the path to get past without getting shot. If you're putting it unnecessarily on high, it will be deemed as basically you are not breaking a rule, basically you will then be told to put them on low. If they are not put on low, they will be destroyed permanently, and then you would either be asked to leave the server or it would be other. So just to bear in mind, low at all times. And it's the same for the minigun turrets as well. Alright, just a quick check over. Now, if there's any concerns when it comes to the turrets, that either myself, or i.e. Lord X, or the princess, or the king, if you need to have a word with one of us about it, that you need to seriously ask, please, by all means, ask about it, but please wait to make sure that, i.e. the person is not streaming or recording. When we have people like that, like such as ourselves, we will be recording majority of the time, or we will be streaming it. So please bear in mind when you're going to ask a question to see if it is alright. If they say no, we are not, or we are fine to talk freely for such matter, then we will say. But if not, we will either walk away or we will say not this precise moment, no. And when that is the case, you need to role play it out. So say, okay, no problem, I've got to go do a couple of things, I'll be back later. That's what we need. There will also be inns provided, or places of where people can log out safely. Like, take this in for instance, which is a bit big, but there'll be smaller versions or houses made, and which it will be free to use for anyone to use when they start up in the game and they need somewhere to just start and get their self together so they know what to expect. There will be storage facilities for animals which are to be kept on passive. No aggression, no neutral, it will be on passive. We do not want damage to the structures. They are there to provide protection for the animals, as well as also having somewhere to store them. Same as somewhere like this, same thing. And then in an area like this, as you can see, there's quite a few animals around here. Now if they were not on passive, this could be a lot of trouble for people, and a lot of things could happen within this time. So bear in mind, wherever there is a town or there is a major area that is ideal like for keeping safe, all animals are kept on passive. Otherwise, on your own property, they are fine to be neutral and aggressive, shall I say. But please bear in mind that you are to signpost when animals are on aggression. Or neutral, in fact. It'd be a lot better if it's for both. At least that way, there is no ifs, buts and maybes about someone saying, ah, your animal killed me, it was on aggression. Well, there's a sign and you didn't read it. That's down to you, not down to the person who's got it on aggression. There's also a respawn rule. A 10-minute rule. Now, it used to be 5 minutes, it's now 10 minutes from the very instant you die and the instant you reborn. Now, Lord X has a way of doing it. 9 times out of 10, he builds a graveyard for every time every time he dies. Now, the thing is, if it's a player that actually kills you, you cannot remember how you died. Of basically meaning you cannot remember how you got killed, meaning them. If it is environment, you could consider it as you have been reborn, the island is playing a trick on you, but it still has the 10-minute effect rule. When stuff is dropped, it is 15 minutes before it disappears, so that leaves you 5 minutes to then get your stuff. But you also have to make sure that people either inform you of what you were doing, where you were, who you were with, so that you can then go and retrieve said stuff. But otherwise, you can't just respawn. So say for instance that I've then just respawned in the graveyard, which would be like a fast travel bed or something like that. If I respawned and I was like, oh bugger, my stuff's down there, right, I better go and get it, right, I'm now going to run down there. Now, it could take me less than 10 minutes to get there, to wherever it is. That's a no-no. Don't go straight to your body. Now, as I'm here, I'll be like, oh, I'm a bit confused, or what's going on? Where am I? Who am I? That kind of thing. You have to role play it off as to why you're here. If you're wanting to get back to base and your base is down there and you died down there, you could, in a way, so say take these items here where my stuff was. Now if I knew that was my stuff but I still couldn't remember, I'd be like, oh right, yeah, but keep going, whatever. You've gone past it. You're purposely ignoring it because it's a case of that you're having to try and remember what you were doing. And if they say, oh, you were killing bush people, or you were killing an animal, and then it's like you were down there, and you'd be like, oh right, okay, yeah, oh right, yeah, that must be it. Now once 10 minutes is up and you then get to your stuff, it's fine. Now obviously with our characters we can make them quite fast, so it takes only a couple of minutes. It does not mean, oh yeah, if I can quickly do it and then quickly get out of there. No, because if someone's watching and they see that, and then obviously they see it on a regular basis, all they have to do is mention it to either me, Morg, or the King, being Clue, and they can mention it to one of us, and then we would then check up on it, and then you wouldn't know. And if we then catch you doing that, we will give you a warning. And if, depending on the situation, if it's something that is a little bit more serious, then it could be instant ban. So you are being warned as of this. Lord X always respawns and tries either to remember up to a certain amount, but he can't. So he has to think, well, what do I do? Oh right, I'll go this way then. I'll do that, knowing that I've lost some good stuff maybe, but regardless, say it doesn't matter. End of the day, you have to respawn and then wait 10 minutes before I can even go back to that stuff. 10 minutes. So if you're in a roleplay situation and you're talking to a load of people and you get killed by a player, you cannot go back to that roleplay. Now the only thing is those people could pick up your stuff for you, and then they could probably bring it to you later. So you have to bear that in mind. But you cannot instantly go, right, I've been killed by a player, I'm going to go back, get my stuff and leave. You can't even do that. It'll be a case you can't go anywhere near that whole roleplay scenario. Once you've died, you died. You have to wait 10 minutes. That roleplay could have been ended by then. So at the end of the day, you know, you just got to be mindful and respectful of others, as well as anyone who might be recording or streaming at the time. You know, just it's common sense when it comes down to it. You die, basically leave it a while, and then if you think it's over or you think it's anything like that, it doesn't mean go checking their streams, checking to see if they're recording or anything. It doesn't mean go and check just to see if they are, because then that's considered also stream sniping or borderline stream sniping. It's a big no-no as well. You cannot do that. The idea is you stay away, regardless, until the last 5 minutes, or it's a case of that someone informs you or they've grabbed your stuff for you. In terms of animals, i.e. if your animal gets stuck in a rock, so say take this rock for instance, say I had a T-Rex stuck in that rock and I couldn't get it out, no matter what, I couldn't break the rock because it's part of the landscape and other things. Something like that you would have to bring up with either me, Morg, or the King, or Clue, depending on what character he's playing at the time. You would have to bring it up with one of us, but you'd have to make sure that you do it in a roleplay way. Say, excuse me, I seem to have acquired a problem. I seem to have lost an animal that's a bit stuck in a very awkward place and would need help needing it to be undone, like obviously unstuck. One of us that's around or that's on will probably come along and then be like, right, let's have a look at it. That's not a problem, and then keep it in roleplay, and then I'll go, oh right, okay, and then I will probably then say, would it be okay to speak freely? If you then agree, that's fine. That's when freely talk can come in. But we have to remember, we try not to do it because obviously someone nearby could be recording and they could be RPing, so we don't want our conversation to be on it. So we try to hold RP regardless. But if it's a situation where it's needing to talk freely, we'll do it. If you use like something like a TeamSpeak or any other messaging service, if need be, use that. But making sure that that person is free to talk freely before you just call them or speak to them, because they could be recording, like I say. But say we got this Rex stuck in here, that's imaginary in here. then we'll then get it sorted, and it wouldn't prohibit anybody. Here's a prime example. Now, someone's calling. This is something you do not do. You do not do. But, regardless to say, of course, it will stop in a second. I know it will. God damn it. I know who... Sorry, Arkwright. Oh my god. Right. Apologies, Arkwright, but yeah, wrong timing, mate. But I know you don't know I'm recording. So this is the thing. He didn't know. Now he could. That's a prime example there. When you're gonna call somebody, make sure. Not right now. I'm just recording right this second. Oh,
sorry.
I'll call you back. I'll call you back. Love you, brother. Love you, brother. Right, but that's a prime example right there. It's a case, if you're gonna call somebody, i.e. through Steam or through like anything like that, text them before you actually call them. Because right now, as I'm recording, it's a prime example. I'm kind of happy you did that, Orkrim. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's really, really good. Right. So apart from that, I think that's another run through just for the minute. I will do another video soon, and it'll be a case of just running through. I just need to double check on things. So UAC is out of here. I'll catch you later. Peace out.